nobody wins when the family feels.
The AKA B Chisel, Chopper City representative, your #1 original hot boy.
I'ma come like this. Money making is my thing, cause I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals, that's why I'm in the studio. You hear me?
Feels good, still get love in my hood.
They gon' hit it, kick, look, I ship a meal up the door. I'm a hustler, real hustlers, get it how we live. Open charge, I hope the feds don't pick up my case. Niggas in the interrogation room, shipping the
Court today, Christopher Dorsey, better known as local rapper BG, pled guilty today to gun charges. Dorsey admitted that on 2 occasions, including on this YouTube video, he possessed guns, despite being a 3-time convicted felon.
Don't put this group together called the Hot Boys. My dog Gangsta in the feds right now. He got life, you know what I'm saying? He started that Hot Boy. Man, everything niggas done in the game don't even much count no more, man.
Oh, it ain't what nobody told us. It's in black and white, homie.
BG is a solo artist, plus he's a member of the Hot Boys.
In the heart of Louisiana, a long-awaited homecoming is about to take place. After enduring 11 years behind bars, one man has returned to reclaim his place in the world. This is the remarkable story of BG, a Louisiana rapper who remained loyal even in the face of adversity.
Yeah, look, this little BG, aka BG, your #1 original hot boy.
Born Christopher Dorsey, BG grew up in the streets of New Orleans, where he found solace in hip-hop. With his raw talent, he quickly emerged as a rising star in the local rap scene. His music painted vivid pictures of life in the city, capturing the struggles, dreams, and ambitions of those around him. So as we talk about the life of the one and only BG, I want to remind you guys, family, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Growing up in Louisiana, BG had a drug addiction at a very early age. He also witnessed his father losing his life moments after leaving out the house. He talked about it briefly in an interview with This Is 50. Also in that interview will be a brief introduction on how the Cash Money and BG thing came along. In the late 90s, BG was still a teen. Birdman asking him to rap. Apparently they had the same barber.
Christopher Dorsey. You hear me? From Uptown, Venison, Magnolia, across Martin Luther King. My daddy got killed when I was like 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas kicked the door in, tried to jack him. He won't get up. You know what I'm saying? They beat him. You know what I'm saying? Then they executed him. You know what I'm saying? So after my daddy got killed, you know what I'm saying, my mama was stuck with 2 boys, and it was like, you know, there wasn't nothing she could do with me, so the streets kind of took me under. Being a class coming up, you know what I'm saying, just fucking around and just beating on the desk, you know what I'm saying, just beating on the desk, talking about the teacher, and, you know what I'm saying, playing with the girls, and, you know what I'm saying, just fucking off. Like, as I got, like, older, like 11, 12, I ain't realized being a rapper was what I wanted to do, but Baby had started Cash Money Records, and he felt like, you know what I'm saying, at first, our barber Stan, cause we off the same block, so our barber Stan was like, man, you need to listen to Jesus, man, dude, if he's spitting. So he came in the barbershop one day, and I was in the barbershop, and he was like, spit something for me, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man. So I spit something for him, and he told me to come hop in the car with him. We drove around the corner by my mama's house, and he told my mama, you know what you got right here? And my mom was like, you know, and I already was fucking selling rocks and taking my daddy's Social Security check I used to be getting, flipping it, you know what I'm saying? So he asked my mama to let me come stay with her. Let me come stay with him. You know what I'm saying? And she let me go stay with him. 15, I would have never started snorting dope. You know what I'm saying? If I knew it would have, you know, took me down the road, it took me down. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I stopped snorting dope in March 2003, so You know what I'm saying? But that played a role in my career. You know what I'm saying? So, well, you know, it made me not as creatively, not as had that hustle mentality as I would have had, you know what I'm saying, if I was, you know, just, you know what I'm saying, sober-minded, you know what I'm saying, sticking to all this, you know what I'm saying, that was like Viagra, you know what I'm saying, keep it tonight, you know what I'm saying, and that's how it started, you know. Well, honestly, it started, one of my little homies got killed, and he used to snort dope. And after his funeral, you know what I'm saying, all me and my little partners, we was like, man, we're gonna snort a bag for our partner, you know what I'm saying, we got killed or whatever. And I snorted a bag, and I liked it.
That dark road led to over a decade in prison. But before we get to that, BG made timeless music, having tracks like I Ain't Tellin', which talks about Gangsta Williams, who is the brother of Birdman, and him telling on deceased people in order to be released from a lifetime sentence.
Man, everything niggas done in the game don't even much count no more, man.
Oh, it ain't what nobody told us. It's in black and white, homie.
We ain't rock like that, baby, at all. Nobody talk, everybody walk.
Now, Gangsta Williams ended up getting out of the feds and responding to that video over a decade later on the day BG got released from jail in 2023.
I understand it sometimes where a person don't have their own identity, a person needs somebody to carry it and help them out, but you could tell BG wasn't feeling that boy at all. Now, for a person like BG that been down for about 12 and a half, 13, was tight with Hot Bezo before he went to jail. They was running together, making songs, sitting in the car, dissing me.
And when we flash back to 2009, the day BG got arrested, it seemed like it's all a blur. BG had to get arrested after being caught with firearms in this video after being a convicted felon. And also, authorities claim he was witness tampering by trying to put the blame on someone else.
Federal court today, Christopher Dorsey, better known as local rapper BG, pled guilty today to gun charges. Dorsey admitted that on 2 occasions, including on this YouTube video, he possessed guns, despite being a 3-time convicted felon. He also pled guilty to obstruction of justice for trying to get an associate to claim ownership of the guns. Dorsey will remain behind bars until his sentencing in March.
He was supposed to wait in jail until his sentencing, as you just heard, but BG ended up getting bond. While being on house arrest, he made another timeless track, dropping tracks like Guilty by Association, where he talks about being on house arrest, waiting to be sentenced by the feds, but he states he's gonna keep on money chasing.
Ankle bracelet on my legs, still serving the block. You think I'd be nervous cause I know that I'm hot.
But as BG's star continued to rise, the shadows of his past caught up with him. As we mentioned, in 2009 he was arrested on charges related to firearm possession and witness tampering. But the aspiring rapper dreams were shattered after he was sentenced to 14 years behind bars. And only years before that, he had a fallout with the owner of Cash Money, Birdman, disputing how he wasn't paid for the tours he was doing and the music he was making.
Alright, Joe, bring it back, dog, to when it all started.
See, they went to blaming my drug addiction on, you know what I'm saying, talking about it was me, you know what I'm saying, baby, I feel like everybody jealous of him, you know what I'm saying, man, it's just, man, boy, that boy smooth. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta clear this up, it ain't his brother Slim, it's nigga baby, he's a dog, you hear me, every dog had his dick, you know what I'm saying, what goes around comes around, you know what I'm saying, nigga selfish, nigga all for self, he could've paid a nigga and played a nigga. I found out when we was on our Cash Money Rough Riders tour. You know what I'm saying? We was gone like 60 days. And nigga, you know what I'm saying? He was collecting like 165 G's a night cash. You know what I'm saying? And we was selling out every venue, 10,000, 15,000 people. You know what I'm saying? We was gone for 12 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I come back. You know what I'm saying? I buy me a brand new Benz cash. You know what I'm saying? He give me a check for 300 G's. But I read in the paper, the Flint gross 14 million.
So what was it about him though that made you respect him like that? Was it street credibility? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, he done this thing in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he took me under his wing, you know what I'm saying, at an early age, you heard me, and he brainwashed me. You know what I'm saying? I was like 12 years old, 13 years old. My daddy got killed, so the streets adopted me. You know what I'm saying? I had just left the house, you know what I'm saying? Somebody kicked this door in, you know what I'm saying? Taped him up, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want up the money, you know what I'm saying? So they murked him, you know what I'm saying? So it's like after that, my mama lost control, you know what I'm saying? I was in the streets head first, you heard me, you know what I'm saying? Baby was like, man, I'm gonna come get you, you know what I'm saying? Bring you to the studio. From there, we made history, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he like groomed me. At that time, he had UNLV, he had Pimp Daddy, he had Miss T, Kilo G. He had a nice little local roster, you know what I'm saying? But 95, you know what I'm saying, everybody went to leave him, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pimp Daddy got killed, Yella got killed, you know what I'm saying? Tech from UNLV called it jokes. Lil Yahoo, you know what I'm saying? He had then lost his mind for a minute. So the weight was like all on me and Fresh. So bam, he pulled jewelry. You know what I'm saying? I had already then pulled Wayne, but his daddy had pulled him back. You know what I'm saying? I guess he wanted to do his own thing with him. You know what I'm saying? But when Wayne lost his daddy, you know what I'm saying? That's how he ended up coming back. So then Turk fell around, you know what I'm saying? So we was like, we gonna put this group together called the Hot Boys. My dog Gangsta in the feds right now, he got life, you know what I'm saying? He started that Hot Boy shirt and he gave it to me and I ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And then, shit, we, you know what I'm saying, we got a deal, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when nigga went to getting doggish, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I done been here my whole adolescent life since I was 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? I done dropped my first underground dish, Chopper City, I sold about 200,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? My second underground, I sold over 100,000. My third underground, I sold over 200,000. Then the group, the first Hot Boys album sold over 400,000 independent. You know what I'm saying? No distribution, no nothing. We were going through Southwest at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't know nothing about the business. I ain't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I depended on Baby to make all my decisions. You know, Baby knew how dedicated I was and how loyal I was. Because, you know what I'm saying, when my daddy got killed, he stepped in my life like a father figure. You know what I'm saying? And I looked up to him. I respected him. You know what I'm saying? It was like, whatever. I put my whole life in his hands. You know what I'm saying? I trusted him on whatever judgments he made. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It just was there.
Life sure got his way of making a full 360, but we'll later get to that. But BG got some things that other people can't even buy. The test of loyalty. During his time in prison, some would say BG was faced with a difficult choice. The justice system offered him a chance at a reduced sentence in exchange for information on others involved in criminal activities. But BG remained true to the street code, refusing to cooperate with authorities. He chose loyalty over personal gain and keeping his silence and serving his time. When BG was sentenced to 14 years and serving 11, he used that time as his road to redemption. Behind bars, BG transformed himself. He used his time to reflect, educate himself, and inspire those around him. Through music, he continued to express his truth and uplift the voices of the marginalized. His determination and resilience earned him respect not only from his fellow inmates, but also from a growing fan base on the outside. On the honorable platform Red Report, based out of New Orleans, a rep from Chopper City Records that BG created after Cash Money has spoke up on how BG knew the police were coming moments before he was arrested.
We relocated to Detroit, Michigan after Hurricane Katrina. You follow what I'm saying? We set up shop up there. And when he got to Detroit, he caught 3 different gun cases up there in Detroit within a month span. Okay. He was able to make bond on those and go to court and eventually get them dismissed. But I think that's when the feds first started watching right there. You follow what I'm saying? That's when the feds first started watching. What was happening was, each time we had to fly to town for a concert, we would always get stopped in the airport for that random search. For some reason, every city we went to, every layover we had, every city we went to, we always got the random search. And then when the feds actually picked him up, that's when we found out that he was on the investigation in New Orleans because it's where he's from, in Detroit because we lived there, in Atlanta because he moved to Atlanta, and in New York because he was going to New York.
Where did they pick him up from?
They picked him up in New Orleans. He was on a federal investigation in 4 different cities. And once we found it out later on, that's when I said to myself, damn, that makes sense why we kept getting stopped in the airport all the time. That wasn't no feds, that was the feds right there. And just him knowing that he was a convicted felon already, just had a felon in the streets or whatever, bro, and you get caught with a pistol, 10, bro, eventually the feds gonna pick it up. Unless you go to court and cop out of it and take some state time. But that's here in this pending case, bro. Most likely the Fed's coming, bro.
Shout out to Red Report once again. If you guys want to check the entirety of that clip out and that interview and plus much more out of the state of Louisiana, then you guys should go over there. In that same clip, he even talked how BG was arrested and his lawyers managed to get him a bond to be released for his album release. Fast forward 11 years later, BG has his freedom, a rebirth, and his respect. He is greeted by loved ones and supporters, and a community eager to witness his triumphant return. BG's journey is a testament to the power of loyalty, the strength of character, and the possibility of redemption.
That's another bag. That's another bag to this shit. That's another bag to this shit. Hey, where the other bag at? This way. Another bag to this shit. Hey, where the other bag at? You heard me? Check your account. I did you right. I did you right. You heard me? You heard me? Man. You heard me? Damn. You did Oh, I gotta call somebody. They got some niggas want to talk.
Let's not get it confused. BG's story is a reminder that our actions have consequences, but also that second chances are possible. Through his music and his unwavering loyalty, BG has become an inspiration to many. As he stepped back into the limelight, we eagerly await his next chapter in his journey, rooting for his success and celebrating his homecoming. Fam, let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.